everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new here. And welcome to another 25 creepy things that kids say. Every single part before this is down below in the description box. And yeah. I am so excited to read these for you. I was babysitting and didn't know how to turn off the TV, so it was just static. My 4-year-old cousin stared into the static and said, "I see the monster." On our way to the theme park, my little cousin once told me, "You're gonna die today." I upset my then 3-year-old daughter. She stood at the foot of my bed, glaring at me, mumbling, "You don't tell me no. You never tell me no. You will be sorry. You will see." I've never been so afraid of my child or to fall asleep than I was that night. She and I laugh about it now, and she turned out to be a bright, funny, and well-adjusted person, not troubled youth. My mother passed away. She was cremated, and I have her remains on my dresser in my room in an urn, and my son was playing with his little cards around her urn and was talking. I asked, "So, what are you doing?" My 3-year-old said, "I'm playing with Grandma. She likes me here." My mother also never had the chance to meet him. Not my child, but myself, apparently, because I can't remember. I was 4 and am now 28, but my parents told me. I once got my toe stuck under a door and lost skin due to it. When I went to kindergarten the day after, the teacher asked what happened. I told her my dad did it with a knife. My parents had to come to school that evening for a talk. My daughter and I were playing at the park when she told me she wanted to burn bodies when she's older. Little creeped out, but okay. Turns out her granddad told B about the mortuary across the street and she saw the smoke billowing out. She still wants to cremate people. I can't remember if she was 3 or 4, but our little daughter's voice peeped up from the back seat one morning. "Dad, do babies bathe in blood?" I asked my 5-year-old niece what her picture was. She said confidently, "It's a monster." And then she looked me dead in the eyes and added, "He killed you." Not a parent, but I was kind of freaked out by this as I was waiting for a bus a few weeks ago. Little girl skipped up to me. She said she was ahead of her mother and smiled at me, so I did the polite thing and smiled back. And then she looked at me with a dead straight face and said, "Satan says hi and he can't wait to meet you in a few years." And then she skipped away, leaving me shocked. I think I'll be keeping myself safe as much as possible. My 4-year-old daughter picked up a roll of heavy duct tape, looked at me, her dad, and her little brother, and with a creepy smile on her face said, "I'll tape up the whole family." My youngest brother Kevin died 4 years before my son was born. When my son was about 2, my other brother, Kevin's twin, came to visit. When my son saw Rob, his first words were, "Hi, Kevin." We hadn't talked about Kevin by name before that. My boyfriend's mother died before I met him. My daughter was only 3, looked at him one day and said, "I love your mommy's purple shirt." He told me that his mother was wearing a purple shirt at her funeral, and he'd never showed her any pictures of her at all. My toddler went through a phase where she would just constantly say hi to things. Hi, 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 hi. One day it came out sounding more like die, 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 die. So I say to her, what are you saying? She turns to face me and just whispers, "Die." A friend of mine's child told him, "Daddy, I love you so much that I want to cut your head off and carry it around so I can see your face whenever I want." My 3-year-old son and I were walking into a crowded mall, and he likes to say hi to everyone. He started, "Hi, hi, hi," as people walked by, and out of nowhere, he pointed at a man and said, "You're going to die." And then he continued with his hellos. Very creepy. "Mom, want some chapstick? It's lemon cherry." "Okay, that sounds great." It's January, and my kids have chapstick, and my lips are scorched. Smearing it all over my lips, it feels so good, and it is lemon cherry. "Thanks, Anna. You're awesome." "You're welcome, Mom. I found this one on the bus today." Blech. My child asked us in the store if we needed more Christmas hookers. We knew what she meant, hooks for the tree, but I can only imagine what the strangers thought. Please don't die the next time you take a bath. My 5-year-old. I hadn't planned on it. I was hoping he didn't know something I wasn't aware of. Before starting first grade, my oldest daughter was talking to me. Mommy, I hope my new classroom has a pet that we get to bring home on the weekends, like a cute bunny. Enter Creepy, aka my youngest, in an entirely serious voice and deadpan face. I like mine raw. Me. I hope your new class doesn't have any pets. Every day for almost a week now, my 4-year-old would tell me when he was 3, well, here's how our conversation went. My son, you're gonna die. Oh, really? Yep. Well, eventually we all die. Well, you're gonna die in a fire. He made it sound like it was gonna happen soon, but I'm here over a year later and still no fire. My daughter used to always tell me her grandpa was in her closet. We live about 8 hours away from all her grandparents, and they're all alive. I think it was just an old ghost, and she just called him that. Driving to preschool, my daughter and I were talking about her growing up. She said to me, when I'm old, Mama, you'll be a baby again. Even she understands the circle of life. My father told us one day our baby brother, maybe 3 or 4 at the time, took my dad into the master bedroom, pointed in the corner, and said, Daddy, the devil lives down there. I'm still living in that house. Haven't noticed anything strange happening other than the above average amount of stuff. If you drop toast, it's definitely jelly side down. When I was a kid, there was a voice that would tell me all these horrible things when I went to bed at night, leaving me terrified and in tears. Years later, after we moved, I'd wake up in my room paralyzed with fear because the lights in my locked room were on, and it felt like something was in there. I would have dreams within dreams, and I couldn't awake from where I was being tormented by evil things. After I lost my faith, it went away. I was no longer a target. Well, my type of kids, when I was little, we went around driving outside the countryside or somewhere I used to look and count every cemetery on our way. That freaked out my parents. My 4-year-old comes often with strange stuff about dead as well. I guess it's just genetic. That is another 25 done and done. Please, if you haven't, please hit the subscribe button. It helps me out so very much. Leave a thumbs up and a comment if you've had anything creepy happen to you with your children. If you haven't already, I do suggest turning on the notification bell so you can get told every time I upload a video. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.